For creatures of the wild, even the slightest inconvenience can corner them, leaving them helpless. In such instances, their only beacon of hope is the aid of humans. Join us in observing the profound impact of human intervention on these beleaguered beings. A risky encounter for a fisherman who landed a snake rather than a fish. Experience the tension as he extracted the bait. A bird's near drowning turned into a rescue story thanks to a brave woman. On a fishing trip, fishermen discover a turtle trapped in a PVC chair. A few minutes of rescue, a lifetime of freedom regained. This dog ensnared by the icy lake's cruel grip, anticipating doom. A woman defying the biting cold achieves a successful rescue. A scene of heroic triumph.
Come on, good boy. Just goodbye. Get going. Come on. Thank you. Have you ever seen a pine marten?
Yippee! I'm gonna be feeding this little munchkin forever. What a ridiculously cute creature. A true friend never abandons you. This dog's friend, fueled by desperation, cried out with all its strength. Miraculously, it worked. A wolf named Hook was gravely infected and was taken home by a man for healing. After recovering, Hook didn't leave, but became a faithful friend to the kind man. What a touching bond!
Careful. You catch one of those in the face, you're done.
Wow! This deer has got his wish to return to nature, thanks to the nice humans who helped him. The crow's trials were evident in its snare. A minor action, but it was a lifesaver for the crow.
What a lifesaver. Let it go. Well, it's sick, Nadia.
One adventurous monkey, one mosque window, one big problem. But don't worry, the rescue team got him back to his leafy home. Dog fell into a well and cried for 2 hours until some villagers successfully discovered and pulled it out. In A Tale of Spots and Stones, a leopard found salvation from a well through human kindness. Wall? What wall? They cut a hole in no time to get the baby raccoon out.
I got you. Hang on.
Oh, man.
The cow was carried away by the flood and trapped in a tree. It was a hopeless situation until people rescued it. Post-flood in Malaysia, one man turned hero, finding furry survivors and whisking them off to the safety of his boat. 4 months, one tiny prosthetic leg, and voila! Our parrot friend is hopping around, spreading good vibes. If you enjoy our video, please drop number 1 to cheer us on. While the rescuer was anxious, the playful cat was calm and unaware of its risky predicament. How lucky it was to have someone who cared for it. The humpback whale was saved. Against all odds, the brave rescuers managed to return the majestic creature to its rightful home.
There's a little puffer fish. He's got stuck in his hole. Look at him, he's trying to dry.
This puffer fish's venom could fell 30 grown men. Would you dare to be its savior?
Right, release him here. Peace.
A feel-good video shows a daring man diving under ice to rescue a dog. Their happy return to shore will make your day. Check out this playful fox. She's as happy as my cat when she knows it's mealtime. Touched by kindness, people rescued a baby tambourine, reuniting it with its mother. Fate brought together a helpless kitten and a compassionate lover in the midst of a harsh winter. No one knew how the giant Pacific Ocean octopus ended up in the bay. It was clear that without human help, this would be the end of its journey. When a stray dog extends its paw in friendship, could you turn away? I believe we'd all emulate this man's compassion. Wow! The will to survive and the timely rescue saved the dog from the terrifying tar. A powerful dog and a noble act of kindness. A baby deer, ensnared in a fence, cried out in agony, its plea echoing until help arrived. Forest fires claim countless animal lives, and this fawn was nearly one of them. But fate intervened, a rescue team spotted it, and now it's safe. The man discovered the fish, teetering on the edge of life. Let's pause to appreciate his gentle act of returning it to the water.
Rescuing his ass. Oh.
A trapped puppy. He thinks he's a mechanic, but he's not. He's stuck in a pipe. No one can fix him. But wait, some heroes come to his rescue. Will they save him in time? Hey there! A guy with a keen ear heard a groundhog's SOS, swooped in, and saved it from 2 dogs. Now, he just has to give the little guy the all-clear signal.
And on the 3rd day, I caught him.
A fox cub's jar adventure ended. One fox cub thought, this jar looked bigger from the outside. Oh, what a miracle! This feral cat had no faith in love until a kind soul took care of him. Look at him now, so adorable and happy. In the aftermath of forest fires, not just kangaroos, but all surviving animals thirst for life's essence, water. A baby elephant in a well? That's a heavyweight problem. But with some elbow grease, the crowd manages to hoist the little guy out. Wow, this unlucky dog has fallen into an abandoned well, he cries out in despair. But luckily, this man hears his plea and quickly uses a ladder to rescue him. This crow, pierced by sharp sticks on its face and neck, could not free itself. Its only hope was to catch the attention of humans, a testament to its intelligence.
Oh, he's good, I think.
Living the Game of Thrones mantra, this little hedgehog said, "Not today," to death. Among the sunflower seeds, a compassionate man noticed him. This eagle, fortunate enough to receive a gift of fish from kind-hearted humans, asked for nothing in return. And this man braved the danger to rescue the cat from the high palm tree. They're nimble critters, bouncing back from falls and accidents. No extra lives, but this little guy was just fine. Having endured so much, this little roe deer will undoubtedly avoid Lake Baikal in its future wanderings. This koala, maybe gold digging in an old mine, got stuck, but thanks to some clever humans, it's back in the sunshine. A man's tender care for a bird stirs a thought. Could owning such a creature bring daily delight? It's a breath of fresh air to see such kindness. A man, a hero, saving distressed moose from our own dangerous creations. Too young to fend for themselves, the kittens were left alone, but some kind souls came along and gave them a loving home. The melting Arctic ice threatens a polar bear's ability to hunt. Her dwindling fat reserves paint a grim picture, but hope lies in human intervention. Wow, this lady is a hero. She found a tiny snake in a glue trap and freed him with a clever trick. Watch how she did it. Poor little bird. It didn't know the danger of the electrical box. It must have been so scared and hurt. What a relief that a kind human rescued it. This stork, usually a baby bringer, became a family member and is now on its way to mastering flight.
Snares around its body.
Ever tried to free a tiger cub from a wire trap? These rescuers did, all while avoiding becoming dinner.
Right, now, take it down.
What a tragedy. The cat struggled in vain, enduring untold agony. It deserved better than this cruel fate.
Its patients deserved a happy ending.
A hummingbird was barely alive when he found it. He nursed it with love and care, and it recovered. The hummingbird soared away in a blink. What a lucky kitten! This guy found it hiding in his garbage truck just in time. It could have been recycled otherwise. How scary.
Okay. No. Just stay. Shush, shush, shush.
A fox found herself in a bind up a tree, but thanks to Wildlife Aid, she's safe, albeit a bit grumpy.
And then I'm going to have to try and pass the grass through to you when we got both bits, so you can't. Go on then, pal. Go on. Go on then. Go on then.
In the sun-kissed morning, Tape clung to innocence, yet compassion fluttered like wings. Hands cradled the fragile bird, whispering, "You're safe, little sky dancer." Poor snake. It was so hungry that it ate a plastic pipe by accident. But luckily, some compassionate people saw its plight and carefully helped it spit out the pipe. A snake in the road had everyone on edge until one man recognized it as a harmless black rat snake and saved the day. What a sight! A little fawn tried to hide in the worst possible spot, the road. Luckily, someone spotted it and moved it to safety. This is so awesome. The cool cops helped a shark mom and her little ones escape from a nasty snare.
Teve neném, teve neném. Belezinha, cara. Ah, Deus deixou a gente conhecer interessante.
2 deers had a little adventure in a big hole. Check out how this cheerful team helps them out with a smile. Two days the shark was ensnared by a fishing hook on the coral reef. The diver's arrival, a twist of fate we dare not imagine otherwise. Cats, those funny furballs, always sticking their heads where they don't belong. Good thing we're around to lend a hand. Amazing. This water tank, just a mundane object to us, is a true oasis for these desert-dwelling camels. With a heart brimming with kindness, this young girl is a joy to behold, and the way her mother lauds her is deeply moving.
Oh, beautiful job.
Oh no, this poor pup was freezing in the Detroit River. Thank goodness the fire service came to his rescue.
5-6 radio, can you roll rescue?
The heartwarming tale of a baby possum trapped in a stream. Saved by 3 kind souls, it becomes a beloved part of their family. A mighty rhino trapped by a fence. He needed people to free him from his plight. What a relief that he got a happy ending. This giraffe had some challenges with her legs, but she got some awesome braces to support them. She can walk now. She's so adorable and precious. A butterfly once lost in a pipe, now free, thanks to a guy with a tape measure and a knack for creative problem solving. The poignant tale of a beached whale in Brazil, stranded for almost 20 hours. It finds salvation through the relentless efforts of kind-hearted people. Did you hear about the penguin drama? A BBC team found them stuck in a huge ditch and decided to save them. It was a risky move, but they pulled it off. How cool is that? The humanity! The deluge compelled villagers to flee, yet they refused to forsake these helpless creatures.
But we need to get some more help here from our problem.
Well, this slithery fellow got itself in a real bind. Good thing some fishermen were around to cut it some slack.
Bora peçonhenta.
Oh, the confusion. The little bear, a plastic box obscuring his view, was utterly lost. He feared villains were near, but the reality was far from it.
You're okay. You're okay. You alright, baby? Yeah, that was tough, wasn't it?
Trap him in the woods.
Assess the situation, requested the response.
Oh, the mire. A bane for beasts and saviors alike. Rope and unity, the vital elements to hold the horse to safety.
To get underneath the horse and control the safely. Get this horse up onto the glide with our rescue equipment. Marion is around the test and
Astounding. Crocodiles, not in New York sewers but on Chinese roads, were saved by a team of rescuers, unknowingly rescuing an entire family. A cobra in a can? You bet! But fear not, some daring men came to the rescue, moving it to a safer place for everyone. A tiny error could unleash the cow's fury. But she finally opted to believe the bikers. While foraging for food, became trapped in a manhole cover. Thankfully, compassionate individuals came to its aid and calmed it down.
cat floating in the middle of the ocean.
On a serene morning paddle, a kayaker stumbles upon a sight that tugs at the heartstrings, a tired little kitty in need of rescue. She got more than she bargained for when she adopted a cat. Little did she know, he was a wild panther in disguise. Oh, the struggle. One can hardly fathom the trials this dolphin faced. Despite its valiant efforts, it was unable to return to the sea. Yet the benevolent souls rallied to guide the little dolphin home.
Okay. Pull it in, pull it in.
Go on.
Oh, the desperation! The elephant mother, battling to free her baby from a lethal well. The baby's cries, growing ever louder, summoned a crowd and even an excavator to its aid. Guess what? This shark had a bad day when he snacked on something nasty. But luckily, someone came to his rescue. A beautiful whale shark, stranded and suffocating, as the sands of time slipped away, a miracle. Kind souls with a forklift guided this gentle giant back to its watery home. The girl's gaze found the tiny frog, a testament to her attentiveness. Each layer of the spiderweb was gently lifted away. Whoa, talk about a horse of a different color. Stuck in a river, then airlifted to safety by a helicopter. Now that's a horsetail. On the treacherous road, the sloth's sluggish steps faltered, yet compassion flowed like honey. Hands cradled it, whispering, "You're not alone, little leaf hugger." A man swung his axe, freeing a calf from a tree. A moment that tugged at our heartstrings. Behold, an unlikely camaraderie between a dog and an elephant. Witness their delightful aquatic frolic.
Just happy to be out here playing around.
This deer was ensnared in a knot and was anxious about being caught, but he also rejected being assisted.
Okay, I've got it. I ain't gonna let go. I'll tell you.
I was quite proud of.
He broke free. What a rebel!
The other day we found a kitten.
Oh my, this is so sweet. This man saw a poor little kitty on his driveway, and he decided to help it. Isn't that wonderful?
Decided to keep him in there.
Look at this. Wildlife Control saved some baby foxes from a porch. Their mom was puzzled to see them in a cage. What a twist. Oh my goodness, this horse was stuck by a fence, but these amazing people freed him. What a heartwarming moment.
He's coming back.
How cute. The man was not mad at the crafty squirrel, but treated it to a meal. What a nice surprise. Oh, the plight of a pigeon, ensnared within a wall. Thankfully, the property owner's heart was set on its liberation, not the wall. In a heart-wrenching scene, a wounded frozen puppy was found tied to a pole. The soothing words of his rescuer were a balm to his suffering.
You're so cute. It's okay. Thank you for still waiting for us.
A family's kindness saved a stork from a lonely fate in an abandoned pool. They brought it to their coop and cared for it every day. The stork healed and regained its strength. It flew away to the sky, its true home. A cunning fox trapped in a canal was saved from impending doom by a group of heroes. The fox clung to the lifeline with all its might. Awesome. This cool guy helped a seagull on the beach. He noticed that the bird was stuck in a fishing line and quickly snipped it away. What a fun rescue.
Got it actually. Yep. That's it, it's almost there.
Yeah, look.
In a heartwarming turn of events, a little bird, found dehydrated and in shock, was nursed back to health and flight. The poignant reality. War harms animals as it does humans. Yet, hope shines in the form of a bearded man, rescuing and feeding these cats. Poor mom. The locals felt her pain. Despite the monkey troop's hostility, this man kindly saved the little one from the net. How touching. A man, a meal, and a new four-legged friend. A simple act of sharing food becomes a beacon of hope for abused dogs everywhere. This sloth ended up in the worst place for arrest, the power lines. But fear not, the rescuers were there to take him down safely. They tried to lift the kitten from the wet abyss. The distance was a big challenge, but their compassion overcame it. How lovely. A new chance awaited it. Well, isn't this a first? A frog getting a successful CPR. Now that's a story for the books.
He's fighting like hell to try and get it out.
Got you good, didn't he?
Yeah, he did put down up in his beak.
There we go.
Wow, this snake may have struck fear into everyone, But a kind-hearted man discovered it to be completely harmless and swiftly came to the rescue.
There we go. This bloke has obviously got a spirit of getting himself caught in weird situations. Thanks, man.
This cute dog was having a close call with drowning. How awesome these people teamed up to save him. What a joyful outcome. This adventurous sloth, on a mission to find his family, got a 20-year shortcut thanks to a helpful girl. Following some urgent squeals, the pig's owner popped up. The anaconda, gutsy and set on its meal, was in for a surprise as the plucky man didn't back down and shoot away the scaly troublemaker. A donkey, marooned and bleeding on the road, was lovingly rescued and whisked away for treatment by the compassionate rescuers. Every life matters. A young man chanced upon a frail pigeon under a tree. With gentle hands, he nurtured it back to life. Alligators freeze their bodies and poke their noses out to breathe. But some volunteers saved them from this ordeal. Don't ever attempt this yourself.
Their water to survive.
You'll be out in the sun tanning.
Or it snowed. He didn't realize it was their snouts sticking out of the water.
And I looked.
Oh no, this poor sea turtle had a nightmare of a fishing line stuck in his stomach. It took a heroic team of specialists and a grueling surgery to get it out and set him free. This guy spots a beached shark and gives it a one-way ticket back to the sea. Firefighters braving a missile-stricken house to save a cat. With utmost care, they ensure the pet's safety amidst the chaos.
Тепер котик п'є воду. Життя його врятовано.
A lady rescued a hawk from her patio and set it free. She was thrilled to hold the majestic bird in her hands. Oh my god, it's a freaking hawk. A pigeon, demonstrating the real will to live, didn't give up and found a safe haven, thanks to some kind humans. In a city of steel and glass, love fluttered like feathers. Neighbors, united by fur and empathy, cradled the cat. 9 lives? Nah, just one big adventure. The girl not only saved the crab in the pool, but also had to protect it from her adorable dog. Behold, the girls, saviors of the hapless turtle from the gloomy, water-filled pit. Now, witness its joyous dance in the shimmering azure sea. A woman, hearing desperate cries, swiftly turned superhero, ensuring a safe future for this kitten. Despite the threat of a fierce python, the brave local saved the cherished doggo. Wow, the hyena was such a good sport and worked with the Wildlife SOS rescue team after dropping 30 feet. It had passed a tough test and was going back to its home. A faint cry steered the gang to a stuck bear, and they pulled off a fantastic rescue. After its long stint in the trap, everything seemed new and odd. A sea turtle, its head besieged by parasites, found a savior in a kind-hearted man who painstakingly removed the pests, thus saving its life. These cubs lost their mother, but not their will to live. They overcame the odds with courage, but they needed the rescuers' help. Cold and trapped, the Raccoon was undoubtedly overjoyed to regain its freedom. The little paw was clinging to its last lifeline. Every living being, no matter how small, deserves a good life. Amazing! This leatherback turtle got stuck on the sand when the tide went out, but these dudes came to the rescue and dragged him back to the sea. Witness, a stray cat, convulsing, a sight to melt the hardest hearts. But behold its metamorphosis, a sight to stir deeper tears. See the power of medicine, food, and love. A deer is stuck on a frozen lake. How will it get out? Luckily, some brave people are here to help. What a relief. The deer is safe and sound.
Somewhat. That works.
The heart-rending reality of war. Yet, amidst the chaos, a brave individual steps forward, liberating kangaroos from their fiery prisons. Heartwarming, a group of kind souls heard the desperate cries of a puppy stuck in a well. They left no stone unturned to rescue him. These guys rescued some rooftop pups from the flood, but that's not all. They also save other animals in need. What a heroic act. The aggressive deer with sharp antlers became ferocious when entangled in the ropes. However, two men bravely disregarded the danger and rescued it from the predicament.
Let's make sure we're totally...
This dog was stuck on a cliff and needed his friend to cheer him onto the water slide. He did it. What a bond. This turtle no go to sea, but this good man help him. What a nice thing.
Dale vuelta. ¡Uy, qué bella! Está viva.
This deer had his antlers stuck in a rope swing, but this family helped him out. What a lovely sight of trouble and kindness. Who needs superheroes when you have a mud wrestling, sheep saving powerhouse of a woman? Now that's a Kodak moment. The fox was starving after a long and fruitless journey, but fate had a twist. It met a kind-hearted human.
You took my supper.
A tale unfolds. A fawn, lost in the river's current, unable to find its way. A man, a beacon of hope, guides it back to family. Oh dear. A pitiful cat had used up all its energy and finally surrendered to its fate under the water. But some compassionate people noticed it and saved the cat in the last moment. After a massive flood, the rescue team saved numerous abandoned dogs and cats. Without them, these creatures would have had no chance of survival. In a 16-meter well, an elephant found itself trapped. Rescuers pumped out the water, secured the elephant, and it was soon safe and sound. The pitiful whimper of the poor dog touched the compassionate souls, making it impossible for them to stand by and quickly decide that it did not leave them regretful. Two little beings were also liberated. Wonderful. In a Texas flood, 70 horses were trapped. Residents, viewing them as family, refused to leave without them. True heroism.
Wait. Now, son, go ahead and careful with him. But
a baby owl slipped from its spot and hung out. People whipped up a ladder and brought back the bird. The owl is back and will resume its Hogwarts duties. A baby deer, lost in the flood, finds solace in the arms of unexpected parents.
What are you doing?
I don't know what to do with them. I can't just leave them.
Oh my god.
This poor elephant was trapped and no longer had the strength to escape the mud pit. But with the care and assistance of humans, it has recovered and was successfully rescued. Despite her wounded back legs, a mama dog never gave up on finding food for her babies. Her perseverance paid off when compassionate people saved her family and gave them love. Conflict, A cruel dance leaves both victor and vanquished in ruin. This victorious stag would soon succumb to exhaustion without this man's help.
Oh, yeah. Okay, buddy. Watch. Oh, yeah. There he goes.
Oh my goodness.
We were unable to catch this little duck and he flew off into the woods. Look at him, he's circling something. He is definitely hunting something.
A brave duck, bearing the scars of a battle with an eagle, found solace in the care of compassionate humans, her life forever changed, yet filled with newfound comfort. If you enjoy our video, please drop number 1 to cheer us on. The end of a brutal winter saw muskeg bogs becoming horse traps. Philly, one of the few fortunate ones, was discovered and saved by locals.
Okay, don't worry about nothing. It says recording. Okay.
This man saw an injured pup in the road and lent a hand. The mom was grateful to have her baby back. They are both well now. In a desolate street, Louis Landville, under a cold piece of scrap metal, rescuers found 3 abandoned puppies and managed to pull them out. Ah, a dog trapped in a drain. The community spirit shone as they tirelessly sought solutions. Their efforts culminated in a heartwarming rescue. Truly touching. A black bear trapped in a tree became the afternoon spectacle. Hours later, he was safely tranquilized and returned to his natural habitat. They tore down the fence to free the timid deer. A fence for a life, what a bargain!
Here, but there's a baby.
Guess what, Hawk? You're about to be rescued.
Poor baby. I hope it didn't break its toe. Otherwise, I think it's gonna be okay.
These firefighters were awesome. They rescued a dog from a forsaken spot with tall walls. They had some trouble, but they managed to do it anyway. An eagle owl got stuck in a house duct, but no worries. Rescuers climbed down, pulled it out, gave it some TLC, and sent it back to the wild. A dog, alone in a flooded house, was rescued by a stranger who dared the cold waters to save a life. This owl, resigned to a grim fate, awaited a predator. But fate had other plans. These people found him first, nurturing their new son Roger with all the care he needed.
He's got a better bed than I.
The little piglet, with a wound on its neck, separated from its mother, was in pain and despair. But the rescuers arrived and brought the little one the light of life. A kind-hearted man selflessly spent his own money to nourish a group of mountain monkeys for years, expecting no reward. This dog knows how to talk to us. She runs to a stranger, begging for food. She gets some, but that's not enough. She leads him to a secret place. What's there? Her newborn puppies. She saved their lives with her smart communication.
Watch out. Free.
Guess what? They had to call in a helicopter to save a seagull stuck on a power line.
It's okay, baby.
Guess what? After days in the forest, our little warrior was found, and that stranger's meal, best he'd ever had. A life or death situation for a badger who trapped in a man-made pit. He was alone and scared, but the brave heroes was on the scene. Watch this thrilling rescue. A dog, stuck again in freezing water, prompts a man to overcome a challenging angle, think quickly, persist, and finally free the dog. Wow! Despite the alligator's resistance making the rescue last 6 hours, the villagers didn't give up, ensuring it reached a safer place.
Sharp bits in the bottom. It's got little sharp bits in the bottom. Stroll.
Once more, the octopus gracefully swam in the sea. Who would have thought? A young lab takes an icy dip, firefighters turn into lifeguards, and a very relieved owner gets her pet back.
The sister's waiting in the back. You're famous.
From the worst spot in a downpour to warm baths and loads of love, this kitten's life sure took a turn. This turtle, stranded far from water, found salvation in the form of a kind stranger. It's a cruel world. Weeks on end, a jar on her head, the stray dog was scared. Healing? Trust? It was a long road.
Okay. And we're like, alright, we got... But it popped up for a long time at our foster's home. She just stayed in the back. It took her time to learn that people are okay. We knew that whatever home we have to send her to needs to be the right one.
A clumsy deer got stuck in a fence and was helped by a man. After being freed, it almost got caught again, but everything was fine. A brave soul in Peru risked everything to save 25 dogs from a burning building. A kind soul showed up just in time to give the cat a drink of water. Initially terrified, his hand trapped in bamboo, the little one soon realized the human was a friend, leaving him feeling quite sheepish. The zebra's futile struggles only worsened its predicament. It would take a human's touch to free it from its steel prison.
There you go. Well, calm down. You might actually live.
Hold on to your hats! This kitten, desperate for its mom, caught a woman's attention, and boom! She'd rescued a wild lynx.
You were asking for updates on Banjo the Bobcat. I really didn't want to break everyone's hearts on TikTok.
Simon the rescuer got a report of a fox in a net. He went to the site and liberated the fox from the snare, despite some resistance, but he did a wonderful rescue.
Aim at it now. Go home. Just like that.
A car hit the dog and left him bleeding in the gutter. He was in agony and could barely move. But fate smiled on him when a rescue team arrived and saved his life. They fought for days to heal his wounds, and he survived. Helping animals isn't always as monumental as rescuing an elephant from a well. A 16-year-old dog, hindered by age, is assisted by his owner to enjoy the snow. Yet, this voyage is far from its conclusion, as the reverberations of these awe-inspiring deeds persist in their growth. Let's remain united in our anticipation for the forthcoming mesmerizing visual narrative. If you enjoy our video, please comment or drop number 1 to cheer us on. Until then, adieu.